Hey guys, welcome to Kludgy Tech Time. I'm David, and today we're talking all about the DJI Mavic Air and a portable charging solution for it. I think it's the best one out there. Stick around and we'll talk all about it. Well, thanks for sticking around, guys. Today we're talking about the charging solution for the DJI Mavic Air. This is what's in my camera bag every day. I've been using it for the last 2 months. It's worked out really well. So let's talk all about it. I don't know about you guys, but I love my Mavic Air and I fly it all the time. And because I fly it all the time, I'm burning through these batteries a lot. So I'm always looking for a charging solution that keeps up with my usage. And this is the Smatree DJI Mavic Air charger. And I've been using it for the last 2 months. I actually just got back from a month-long road trip out to the Western US to go see family. And we did a whole bunch of sightseeing on the way there, and this went with us the whole way, and it is what kept my Mavic Air powered on that trip. So there are quite a few things that I like about it, something I think could be improved about it. First, let's dive into what I like about it. So first off, I like that it charges all 3 batteries at the same time. Yay! That is a novel concept, right? DJI's charging hub charges 3 batteries, but it's only one at a time. So it takes 40 minutes to charge the first one, 40 minutes to charge the next one, 40 minutes to charge the next one. So it takes a long time. And if you forgot to charge your batteries or you're waiting on them to be charged, that really is no good. This charges all 3 at the same time. You can see that there if it ever focuses. All 3 are charging at the same time. Now, it does have a lot of protections built into it. It's got circuit protectors, it's got overheating protectors, and remember that the DJI batteries are smart batteries, so they won't take too much charge, they will stop when they're full, they won't let you charge if it's too hot, so there's a lot of safety built into it, and I like that. I like that I can charge all 3 at the same time, and what I do like is the price performance ratio. So as of recording this video, each one of these Mavic Air batteries is about $80. This charger, $129 on Amazon. Check out the description down below for current pricing if you're watching this down the road. Check out more details about this charger. Each one of these individual batteries, $80. So for basically 1.5 of these batteries, I can charge what Smatree says is 5 to 8 batteries. I actually got about 10 batteries that I charged on my trip. Now, is that completely empty batteries? No, that's not completely empty batteries. Most of the time when I'm flying, I get down to about the 30% mark and then I start coming home pretty much immediately and come land. So most of the time, my batteries are in that 20 to 30% range. Now, but that's not always. Sometimes, you know, I'm a little bit further out or I got to finish that one last shot, you know, so maybe they're a little bit lower, but most of the time they're in that 20 to 30% range. And sometimes maybe I'm just getting one shot or I just have something small that I need to go fly and go do and then come back. So sometimes they may be in the maybe 40 to 80% range, right? But when I was on my trip, I charged 10 batteries with this off of a single charge of the charger. So this is a battery itself, and it charges the Mavic Air batteries. So I charged this up, and then I ran 10 batteries through this to top them off. Like I said, most of the time they're 20 to 30%, but some of those batteries were probably in that 40 to 80% range. So I got 10 batteries that I was able to top off in real world usage, right? And maybe you're the type of person that flies down to 15% every single battery. If that's the case, you're probably going to be closer to the 5 charges rather than the 10 that I got. But that just shows you kind of what it can do. Now, one of the things that I really like about it is that it does have a USB port right here that you can use for charging other devices, right? When you go fly, what do you have? You take 3 things with you. You need to charge your Mavic Air. That does that right here. You need to have your remote control charged, and you need to have your phone. So this has one port in it to be able to keep charging your other pieces of equipment, your phone and your RC. I wish it had 2 ports. So Smatree, if you're listening, when you're doing one of these devices in the future, 2 ports. Now, I did a review of the DJI Spark version of this, and you can check that out up here. And I'm still using that, and that's working really well for me. Like I said, I've been using this for the last couple months. I used this on my trip with my boys out west, and it has worked really, really well for me. We, in fact, didn't just use it just for charging Mavic Air batteries. We actually used it in the car for charging their tablets and their headphones and lots of other devices as well while we're driving. One of the other things I really like about this is its form factor. I like the form factor that it's long and skinny. It fits really well down into my camera bag. It's a good companion to the Mavic Air itself and the remote, which I stick on one side of my camera bag. I stick this on the other side of my camera bag, and then I'll put my camera in the middle of it, and it works really, really well. One of the other things I really like about this is that the batteries, as you've seen, I've been flipping this around, and those batteries are locked in there positively. They're not coming out. They lock in there the same way they lock into the aircraft itself. You have to pull the release mechanisms on the side, and then it just pops out like that. You stick it in there, and then clicks in. So they click and they stay. When you go to charge the charger itself, you don't need some other third-party proprietary cable. What you need is put it right here, you need your Mavic Air charging cable. So it just uses Mavic Air charging cable, not included in the box, by the way. You have a Mavic Air, so it assumes you've got a charging cable. You use that, you plug that in right here into the charger, and it charges the charger. Charges in about 4 hours is what they say. Now, I haven't personally kept track of it. When I charge it, I basically plug it in at night, wake up, and the next day it's charged. So it could be more than that, it could be less than that. I honestly don't know. But for most people, I think it doesn't really matter, right? You plug it in when you get home, and you unplug it when you're ready to go use it again. So the fact that it takes 4 hours, not a big deal. Now, the batteries themselves, about 40 minutes. Each one of these takes about 40 minutes when you're in that 20 to 30% range that you're charging up to. And again, all 3 charge at the same time, unlike the DJI charging solution, the DJI charging hub, one at a time, right? Which is no bueno. It is pretty heavy. It weighs a decent amount. On the Amazon site, it says 4 pounds. I haven't weighed it yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it weighs pretty close to that. What about cost? Well, as of this recording, this charger costs $129 on Amazon Prime in the US. Each one of these Mavic Air batteries is about $80. So for 1.5 of these Mavic Air batteries, you can get about 5 to 8 charges. I got 10 charges on my last time using it. Is that worth it? That's something you have to consider. Now, one of the other things to consider is this is a charging solution. There's other charging solutions that are available. Almost everybody these days has a portable battery charger that they use for charging their phone or something. Can you use that? Well, you can't just use one of the generic ones that just has USB connections, because these won't charge on that. There's none of the DJI chargers charge from DC like that. So you have to have one of the special chargers, like one of the RAV Power or something like that, that has an AC outlet, right? Kind of your standard wall outlet on one of those chargers. So those are a little bit more expensive. Plus, they generally are not going to have anywhere near the capacity that this has. This is 158 watt hours. Now, that is an important number, because if you're traveling on a plane, that number is very important. Most countries, including here in the US, have regulations at the 100 watt hour and the 160 watt hour. This is 158 watt hours, so it falls just under that upper limit. Basically, in the US, and most countries have similar regulations, if you have a battery that is 100 watt hours or less, you can fly with as many of those as you want. There's really no regulations around those. If you have a battery that is 160 watt hours, so between 100 and 160, then you can still fly with those, but you have a limited quantity of those that you can carry, and you may have to get approval in some countries to be able to fly with those. This is 158 watt hours, so it comes in just under that 160 regulation. So you should be able to fly with this in most countries without any problems, assuming you're not trying to fly with several of these, or you don't have other batteries for other uses that are in that range as well. So if you are looking for a portable charging solution for your Mavic Air, this is something that I highly recommend. So far has worked really well. If I run into any problems in the future, I'll probably do another video to review it, but check in the notes below, the description below, and the comments down below. If I run into any problems, I will add a comment about that. Like I said, I've been using this for a little more than 2 months. It's been working really well for me. I also, from the same company, have the DJI Spark version, and it is still working well and with no problem. So check it out down below. If you guys like the content I'm putting out there, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and let me know whether you like this or not, and leave comments down below. What do you think of this? Do you think this is something that would be useful for you? Do you fly that much that you would need this much battery capacity? Let me know down below. Hope you guys have a great day. Get out and go fly it. Ciao.